Hey guys, so we are in a week this week that has a lot to do with breaking some karmic cycles, specifically in regards to our perception of our own worth, our own value, our own potential, how we relate to ourselves and others, the dynamics in our relationships, how we deal with like the give and take component in relationships, where we surrender power out of any sense of lack perhaps within us, and what do we need to do to take that power back, to heal old wounds of our heart so that we can close the door, end a chapter, move on from something that has not been good for us, and allow us to sort of like blossom, bloom, and spread our wings in the direction of where our heart is being called, where our soul is being called, and what we feel like is in alignment with us at this point in time. So lots to talk about, you guys. Let's get into our chart of the day. Let's look at this energy in a little bit more detail and see how things may be coming together for us on our journey on the ground today. Welcome back to my channel, you guys. Today is Wednesday, June 7th, 2023. My name is Aubrey. This is your astrological outlook of the day, where we are narrating the shift of the ages, looking at the energy as it's coming through on a daily basis in the context of this current unfolding cosmic blueprint that is ushering us into the age of Aquarius. How are the transits and activations that are happening on a microcosm, day by day basis now, playing a larger role in that overall transitional process? That's what we're doing on this channel, and today we are looking at the energy for, like I said, Wednesday, June 7th. Also, if you want to stick with me till the end of this video, we're going to be I do a collective tarot reading for all of us whenever I do these videos as well. I just sort of like to tap the energy field from more than one modality just to get a couple different angles of what's going on for us on an energetic level whenever we are narrating the shift of the ages. So we're going to do that at the end, and stick around if you want, because there may be a message in there for you. But as in terms of the energy as it's coming through today, if you guys watched my video for Monday where I was talking about what was happening overall this week, we do have like three primary things kind of playing out this week. We had Venus enter the sign of Leo on Monday. This is an energetic shift. Whenever a planet changes signs, this definitely like shifts the vibration, especially Venus. This is a very personal planet, so probably feeling in Venus and Leo, this is a very passionate, inspired, creative, full of life and wanting to shine type of energy. This is really wanting to have a good time, wanting to have fun, wanting to feed our heart, wanting to feed our soul, wanting to do things that make us feel alive, that bring us joy. And we have a 5-month transit right now of Venus through the sign of Leo. So this is probably going to do some good things to bring some joy and some fun and some happiness back into our lives. Wherever you have Leo in the sign, in your birth chart, in your natal chart, check what house that falls into, because this is what Venus is going to be blessing. This is the area of life that Venus will be blessing for you over this next 5 months. But the thing with planets moving into these early degrees of the fixed signs right now is they are entering this Grand Cross territory that we have going on because of Pluto right now retrograde at 0 degrees of Aquarius, the nodes of the moon right now at 4 degrees of Taurus and Scorpio, moving backwards about to 4, 3, 2, 1, and exit their way out of Taurus and Scorpio, enter a new signal modality, Libra and Aries. Our next phase of growth and karmic release that's going to be coming up over this next year and a half. But as we're going in that direction, this karmic detox process, as I've been talking about, that the nodes of the moon, Taurus North Node, Scorpio South Node, represents really being lit up, okay, by first Mars hitting the early degrees of Leo, and now Venus also hitting these early degrees of Leo. So Venus enters Leo. We had that happen Monday, one of the main things happening this week. However, her making that move is also putting her in the exact crosshairs of this grand cross that we have going on, and she's in an opposition to Pluto this week, and she's in a square to the North Node and the South Node, and also a square to Jupiter right now, who is also in the sign of Taurus. And if you guys caught my video for Monday, I was saying that this is interesting because the North Node is ruled by Venus, the South Node is ruled by Pluto and Scorpio right now, and Venus and Pluto are also in exact opposition to each other in Aquarius and Leo, the other fixed signs, while Jupiter, expansion, is also in the sign of Taurus right now, in a conjunction to the North Node. Now, Jupiter right now in a conjunction to the North Node, like there could not be any more clear guidance, okay? Moving towards the future, embracing growth, okay? Like going with the change, surrendering to the transformation. This is where the blessings are coming. This is where the expansion is coming. Being willing to expand into this new potential or this new value or, you know, this new, like, authentic, like, personal creative self-expression that may be rising within us. Leaning into that aspect of things, like, this will also be where we are likely to find success moving forward. This is because we have Jupiter, the planet of blessings and success and good fortune, also wisdom and truth, aligning with the North Node. The more we get in alignment, you guys, with our authentic personal truth in terms of our potential, in terms of what we can do, in terms of what we can build, in terms of what we can create, and the value that instills within us, and the power, the level of self-empowerment, okay, that is achieved through that process, that is the trophy of this energy right now. Like, that is what this is all pushing us towards. And the more we can get in alignment with that process, like cultivating, rediscovering, reigniting, re-embracing some type of, you know, potential or authenticity within us, and deriving a sense of personal value from that then is translated or alchemized into a sense of personal self-empowerment, with Pluto about, you know, at 0 degrees of Aquarius right now, which is really what is making this happen as well, with the nodes of the moon, you know, the past and the future, also like destiny and karma. It has a lot to do with being able to finally, like, purge, release, and just sort of totally, like, break ourselves away from, detach from the subconscious algorithms, okay, of the past that kept us in any state of internalized lack. We're talking about North Node, Jupiter in the sign of Taurus. This is value and this is growth. Value is the opposite of lack, right? Like, value, something is valuable, something is like abundant. There's an abundance of value. When we're lacking something, we don't have that value, or we can't find that value, we can't distinguish that value. It makes us feel powerless, and when we feel powerless, we're more likely to sacrifice our authenticity in order to, you know, receive some type of validation externally, because we are not perceiving that value or that power internally. That is what this Grand Cross and fixed signs over this past couple of weeks has essentially been trying to wake us up to, and like snap us out of. And also, as a result of that, you know, the more we can embrace this whole concept of discovering our own, like, internal personal reservoirs of potential and resources, and, you know, believing in ourselves that we can do something with it, that we have a greater purpose, you know, that we have a destiny to pursue, that we were put here for some reason other than just to, you know, live in other people's worlds. And it's our time to really begin to consciously cultivate our own experiences from a much more self-empowered place. And this is coming through universe really trying to ignite within us this spark of something that helps us to rediscover that, like, authentic purpose or passion. And I do feel that this 5-month transit of Venus through the sign of Leo, also with Mars there as well, is really, really going to be like awakening, okay, the inner child as well. I feel like the Venus and the Mars energy could really be like helping us to come back to a point where we can reconnect with what it initially was that made us feel alive, or what we were like passionate about or inspired by as a child. And through that, you know, reconnection to the inner child, and also this healing energy, because Pluto is the lord of the underworld, and it's about, you know, destruction, transformation, and all of this stuff, but it also has a lot to do with this regenerative energy and this healing energy. It's ultimately at its core like deeply healing and deeply regenerative, and brings things to, you know, an even more evolved and profound level of power and purpose, okay? And so although we do have, you know, this very potent plutonic force that may be at play right now, like in the midst of things, it is at its root trying to heal things for us on these like very deep core levels as well. Things that have been hidden under the surface, things that have been like festering, things that have been you know, unconscious, subconscious even, and have been having like a powerful control over our experiences. This has a lot to do, like I said, with even like self-analysis and getting to the root of our own issues, and then through that awareness and that light that we're shining on them, being able to make a breakthrough, make some progress, have some type of healing that really transforms things, that really changes things from that root core level. Like, this is not band-aids over the symptoms type of energy. This is getting to the core of it, getting to the root of it, like cleaning it out, clearing it out, and doing so in such a way that like true, genuine healing can occur, such that there's no perpetual issue and we never have to deal with this particular like trauma or wound or whatever it is again. Also, I should say, you know, we had a Jupiter North Node when they were in exact conjunction that was happening at the Chiron point, which is letting us know these Chiron themes are also running very, very strong through this Grand Cross energy as it's playing out. So where we've been wounded in the past, now with Venus there, you know, past relationship wounds, codependency issues, where we've sacrificed aspects and dimensions of ourselves in order to feel validated, in order to feel loved, the power of love, how, you know, feelings and love can be used in order to like manipulate and control, like all that type of stuff comes up. The dark side of love, you know, in power and all that, how it works when we have Venus and Pluto. And then in terms of the North and the South Node, also in Venus and Pluto sign, this is like, yes, but you know, we are cutting the cords with that type of energy. Anything toxic is not, it doesn't resonate with where we're going and where we're growing with Jupiter conjunct the North Node. So this is, as I've been saying, we've been in a karmic detox process over this past year and a half, and we are getting to the point where, you know, everything is coming out and like the purge is underway. And right now it has to do with matters of the heart, and specifically, you know, value, worth, relationship, partnership, stuff like that as well. But it could also just be manifesting as like very intense interpersonal dynamics, perhaps power struggles in relationships, breakdowns in relationships right now, if they are built on anything that is out of alignment with like authenticity and truth and stuff, or if they are built on any like, if there's any type of deception or just like lying or anything like that that are involved in them somehow, like stuff like that could be coming up today as well. But we have the moon transiting the early signs of Aquarius today, which is why I'm sort of going so hard on this T-square Grand Cross and fixed signs. Again, even though Venus is moved out of exact alignment with Pluto today, the moon coming into alignment with Pluto today in the sign of Aquarius, moving through the very early degrees of Aquarius, squaring the nodes, squaring Jupiter, opposing Venus. The moon is a trigger planet, you guys, for whatever is playing out on an energetic level. It rules our internal environment. It's our emotions. It's like our emotional reactions to things. It's how we're feeling about stuff. So when the moon is involved in hitting this configuration or any configuration, it is a trigger for the manifestation of these energies, okay, within us and around us. So the moon, our feelings, our emotions coming into the alignment with Pluto. Whenever we have a moon Pluto alignment going on, this is some very powerful emotional energy. For better or for worse. People could be having some very, very powerful emotional reactions to things. This is also a very transformative emotional energy as well. There could be, you know, some major like emotional breakdowns, okay, that are going on in the energy today. And it's, again, probably most likely related to relationship-based issues, past and future, past issues coming up to a point where it's like, I can't continue to do this. Like, I've got to make a change, and just like the emotions that could be accompanying that type of situation as well. This is also like another one of those window periods of time for us to really gain a deeper understanding of our own emotions, of our own like internal compulsions, like of perhaps where we have been emotionally manipulative or something like that. Like emotional manipulation as well is also like a very strong theme generally when we have a moon Pluto situation, a moon Pluto conjunction or opposition, any type of moon Pluto conjunction. That's something that we kind of got to watch out for. So, you know, we want to be careful that we are not being emotionally manipulative in the energy today to try to like get what we want or achieve an agenda. There's also sort of a very like seductive energy that we have going on right now with Jupiter in the North Node in a conjunction of Taurus. This is a very like sensual energy. This is a very like physical energy, like the indulging in the senses and having a tendency to maybe like take things a bit over the top or like overindulge in like physical or like sensory pleasures and stuff like that. Don't be seduced into something in this energy. Don't be sold something in this energy based on like a need or desire or like a compulsive like yearning to like satiate a desire in the moment, because that could be something that is going on with this as well, especially if it has to do with like a pattern or a cycle of behavior that you're trying to break. We want to go towards the future in this energy. Like if you're in a situation where, you know, there's something playing out and it's like a repeating situation that you've experienced before and you usually choose to go in this direction, but in this case you're like questioning, you know, should I do the same thing that I usually do in this situation, or should I do the like basically opposite thing from what I normally do or what I would have done in the past? This is where you want to choose the pattern or the action in alignment with who you are becoming now and not who you've been in the past. We want to align, you know, our to the best of our ability, our conscious behavior today with who we are becoming, not with who we've been. But, you know, just these powerful emotions generally and compulsions could definitely be like pulling on us or tugging on us from within today. There could also sort of be like these very strong desires going on to like feed something within us, like I was saying, like satiated desire or feed something within our heart, within our soul. Also though, with Venus in the sign of Leo, this is like, I have to have what I want to have in order to feel alive. Like I can't be in the dark anymore. And you know, with the opposition to Pluto as well, this is like reflecting on perhaps like what I don't want or where I've been before that has not been good for me, or the things in my life and in my relationship that I'm realizing with the moon there that I'm like gaining some illumination in terms of not being good for me, and like how they are playing a role in actually prohibiting me from feeling good or feeling alive or growing in some capacity or another. This is the sun, right? This is Leo. This is what provides the vitality for the life force energy to manifest and to grow. So, you know, and Venus is the heart. So like, what is it that I really need to feel alive in terms of my heart and to like want to live and to want to thrive and to want to like come into my potential and activate my destiny? And what have I been attached to, or what is in my life that is sort of like acting like the dark thundercloud over there looming in the distance that I'm trying to get out of my atmosphere? All right. So that's, you know, basically what we're talking about. Has everything, you know, in this energy to do with value, to do with worth, to do with power, to do with potential, to do with also Leo and Aquarius, like our ability to have that personal creative self-expression, like our ability to align with our inner child and our authentic truth, and then to Jupiter North Node Taurus, go in this new direction that helps us to grow along those lines, activate, like tap that potential, right? And like I was saying earlier, derive this value that snowballs on the self-empowerment situation that universe is also trying to bring to us right now. It's like, you know, that's like the trajectory of things. It's like this awakening, right, to this potential, the realization of the value that potential represents, and then the transformation into this form of self-empowerment as a result of the recognition of that value that is derived from that potential. That is, you know, I just feel like that is what this is all pointing towards as an outcome. Okay, so past and the future, breaking karmic cycles, that is the entire business right now. Do we need to rely on the power of others in our lives and in our reality, or can we create our own? Can we be our own generators of power in our experiences with this Pluto power themes? Pluto about to transit the sign of Aquarius, which will return a much greater sense of self-empowerment to the overall collective. And as I've stated several times, our blessings are coming through choosing this future are choosing this north node as we are purging, transforming our south node, our attachments to the past. The south node is in the sign of Scorpio, ruled by Pluto. This is what we're burning down so that we can move to the sign of Taurus. This is what we're growing. This is what we're cultivating. This is what we're becoming. Reprogramming our subconscious algorithm. Aquarius ruling the algorithm, Pluto ruling the subconscious. So we've got, and in retrograde right now as well, reprogramming, okay, our subconscious mind so that we begin to attract with and align with this value and this truth instead of the perhaps distortion that was created or arose or was reflected back to us as a result of unhealed wounds within us. This is, again, a deeply healing, transformative energy coming through as well. So the moon coming through today, lighting up these planets, powerful emotions coming up in regards to the need to express what's truly in our heart and soul, where we've been wounded in relationships, where our own sense of self-value has been wounded as well, and what we need to do to heal it, how we can heal. Powerful compulsions and desires could very much be driving us in this energy today. But again, you know, we want to be acting out of the best interest of the person that we are becoming. And especially, you know, if we do find ourselves coming up against these powerful feelings that may be, you know, driving us in a direction that we know isn't necessarily the best for us. Like, is doing this, is acting out, is following this desire, is giving into this temptation right now. And even if it's like emotional responses and stuff, like it doesn't just have to be like physically what we're doing. It's also like the emotions that we're choosing to act out, or the responses to things and how we're choosing to deal with that level of emotionality as well. Like, is this the way that the person that my future self that I am becoming now would handle this situation? Or is this the way that the past self, who I'm actually, you know, transitioning out of now, is that how they would have handled it? And I choose to go with the one that my future self, how that version of me is conducting themselves in this situation, and not the same, like perpetuate the same pattern in terms of the way that I've done things in the past. So that's the lesson. I feel like that if we can consciously move ourselves in that direction, I feel like with Jupiter there, we're probably going to have some just better, much more positive experiences generally. Future focused. This is about personal evolution. So our rewards come through like following that carrot, right, to the future path, and not sticking to the same patterns when we know in our heart that maybe we should be doing something different. It's interesting also, you know, this theme of this sort of like evolution, this little bit of maturation that we're going through this week. We also have the sun today on Wednesday at 17 degrees of Gemini. That Sabian symbol is the head of a robust youth changes into that of a mature thinker. And we have the earth at 17 Sagittarius, always in a polar opposition to the sun, of course, and Easter sunrise service. So, you know, on one hand, an Easter sunrise service, this is a celebration of the rebirth, okay, that either is underway or that has gone on or that's in the process of happening, or just the concept itself, the ability to recreate ourselves and to leave the past in the past and not allow the past to impact our future, and allow ourselves to be purged and purified and cleansed and, you know, reborn again in alignment with the divine vision of our purpose and of our potential, because that is ultimately this chapter where we're at right now of the cosmic blueprint as it's unfolding. 2023 ushering us into the age of Aquarius has so much to do with this process of self-actualization, us pulling ourselves out of states of victimhood, purifying ourselves on this vibrational level, and allowing ourselves to resonate with these incoming frequencies, come into a much greater state of self-mastery and conscious co-creation with God and universe, moving forward through as we approach this new paradigm. So it's interesting that we've got the Sabian symbol for the earth today, but in terms of the sun, the head of a robust youth changes into that of a mature thinker, especially also considering that we have the sun in Gemini right now. We are approaching Gemini season. The third thing that is happening this week that I said in my video for yesterday is that on Sunday, we are having Mercury enter the sign of Gemini, his own sign of Gemini. We've got some very strong, fast-paced, like quick moving, sharp mental energy that's about to be coming in. And we've also had Mercury and Uranus in a conjunction. Like there's this sense of awareness, this awakening, this like mental understanding or shift in understanding or gaining of context or additional information that is coming through somehow, that is, you know, being referenced specifically in this Sabian symbol today, that is acting as a catalyst for a lot of this personal evolution and sort of revolution also, and growth that is taking place in the energy right now. And also, you know, our rebirth process that is indicated and mentioned by the earth today. So we are, you know, there's a mental energy that's going on that's shifting things for us. There's an emotional energy that's going on that's shifting things for us. And we are just, you know, in the process of going through a lot of these big changes and transformations as we shift paradigms into the age of Aquarius. Relationships, finances, love, letting our light shine. The themes this week: powerful transformations, situations, realizations about those themes as well. So that's what I have to say today for the astrology, you guys. Yeah, I think I've pretty much gone pretty hard on the basic themes that we have coming through. Let's talk about the tarot for a minute, though. It is talking about, again, like this need to be in a state of self-empowerment, okay? And what comes for us, or what comes with us, or what we can potentially gain once we discover this internal sense of self-empowerment. And again, it has to do with the recognition of value and making sure that we are seeing things clearly. We've got the Emperor, first of all, on the back of the deck. So this is going to tell us that standing in our power, being in our power, and also doing the work. This is not a lazy energy. This is, you know, moving towards our goals, putting forth the work to make things happen, but doing so in a place that is coming from this inner authority, okay, or this self-empowerment where we're not backing down, but we're also being smart, okay, and we are working hard towards whatever it is that we're trying to create or become right now. Now, the first card that we had coming out was the Page of Swords in reverse. We've got the Page of Pentacles. We've got the Six of Pentacles. I feel like these three cards are kind of telling us not to doubt ourselves, okay? We've got, with the Emperor on the back of the deck, and with these two pages here, it's like we need to trust our judgment. We need to continue to work towards our goals. We need to not get too in our head about things. We need to not doubt ourselves, okay? And we need to not doubt our ability to see and perceive and trust the opportunities that are coming to us. Something about, you know, what we're growing, what we're cultivating, what we're discovering, the potential that, you know, this guy, he's got this golden ball, like all the potential, he's just holding it in the palm of his hands. And then with the Six of Pentacles after this is like something that is fair and something that is even and something that is reciprocal and something that is balanced. This is like an opportunity for some type of balanced effort, or for some type of balanced outcome, or for some type of harmonious exchange or something to go on. This is also like, if you're creating something, if you're working towards something that you are going to want to sell, this would kind of be indicating like, don't doubt yourself in the process, because people will want to like transact with you. Like it will be something that people want to engage with, okay? And then it's just, you know, with the Emperor on the back, it has a lot to do with standing in this power. And then the next three cards that we had coming out, we've got the Ten of Pentacles, we've got the Ace of Wands, and we've got the Ten of Cups. This is, again, talking about this inspired energy, this personal creative like inspiration, creative self-expression, or this, again, this new opportunity or this new inspiration or this new burst of energy that is kind of hitting us in association with being in this place of power, in association with allowing ourselves to trust ourselves and to trust the opportunities that are coming to us, and to trust that things are working for us in our favor, and not in a way where they're going to be like unfair or unjust or unbalanced, as long as we are following this inspiration, like staying in alignment with these divine truths. Like this is talking about, you know, Ten of Pentacles, Ten of Cups. These are like the best cards in the tarot. This is all about like, you know, physical, material, and emotional, spiritual fulfillment in abundance, essentially, like on every level. And again, this is talking about like the new beginning, like this new fresh of energy, like this new fresh blast of energy, like this inspiration that is moving us forward, you know, from this place of self-empowerment, but it is the Emperor again. So it does require work. Like, it does require effort. We've got to work towards our goals in order to get there. I mean, and even under that, we have the 10 of Swords in reverse. So it's like coming back to life. Followed by the 9 of Wands. You know, it's something that we've maybe been like working towards for a while, or facing a resistance that we felt like was going to be the end of us. But, you know, the star coming out after that, like, it's all going in the right direction. Like, it's all for the purpose of putting us on a path that is helping to empower us in such a way that we can activate our destiny, or really come into like these higher, more masterful and aligned versions of ourselves. So we got to get out of our own head about it. No fear, no doubt. Also, the Page of Swords in reverse could also be like dealing with like gossip or slander, or people kind of like getting in your head about things, like planting the seeds of doubt, you know, making you feel like you can't do it. So we're not listening to other people's lack of understanding, right, about our situation, because this is literally talking about like whatever we're working towards, whatever we're cultivating, whatever we're recognizing, whatever we're like growing right now, or discovering, wanting to grow, it's coming to fruition in a way that will be like balanced and harmonious, and result in some type of like equal energy exchange that then therefore will go on, if that like spark of inspiration is perpetuated and followed through on, to create some type of really nice outcomes and situations. So that's what we're looking at in terms of the tarot today. Let me know if that message resonated with you. We've just got some interesting things going on right now. May was a really crazy month. June is a very interesting month as well. It's a very magical month. If you guys watched my June overview, I was talking about how the magic is just like really truly in the air this month. Both the full moon that we just had and also this new moon coming up is going to be in a opposition exactly to the galactic center. So we just got a card coming out, and it says no. So if there is something that you have been in this moment sort of deliberating over, yes or no question, that may be for you. Because interesting, I hadn't even said, let's have a message, please, for some guidance or advice. But so this may be for somebody also. It says no. Anyways, our message for today, it says persist, right? These Emperor vibes, this inner authority. Like, we need to keep going. We need to persevere. Nothing's getting us down. Nothing's holding us back. We're pursuing the future. We're pursuing the truth. We're pursuing our potential. And we are not taking no. Oh, I dropped it on the floor. We're not taking no for an answer. Okay, persist. Because of his persistence, ask and it will be given to you. Seek and you will find. Knock and it will be opened to you. Luke 11:8-9. Nothing is too large or too small, and your persistence in believing in God's ability to provide whatever it is you seek will bring you to your goal. Persistence, waiting, patience, and never failing faith will lead you to your goal. So that is our guidance and advice for the energy as it's playing out today. Like I said, we are choosing the future over the past. If you have to make a decision about something that you're kind of caught in the middle, what would the person that I am becoming now choose to do in this situation, as opposed to maybe what would I have always done in the past? That's what I have to say today, you guys. I hope you liked it. If you did like it, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel, you guys. Share it with your friends if you think they would be into this as well, if you think they would appreciate this type of content. Leave me comments, you guys. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you so much for being here. Let me know, like I said, if any of these messages that I'm talking about, any of this energy is resonating with your experience. I really appreciate knowing what's going on with you guys. And come back with me later this week, you guys. I will have a video out for Friday all about what we have going on this weekend. Big energy coming at us this weekend. Like I said, on Sunday, Mercury is going to be entering the sign of Gemini. So that will bring our second energetic shift this week. We had Venus enter Leo on Monday. On Sunday, Mercury enters Gemini, and Venus on Friday as well will also be an exact square to the nodes. So we're going from Venus in exact opposition to Pluto on Monday. Friday, Venus will be an exact square to the nodes in Taurus and Scorpio. So we'll be talking about those vibrations that we've got going on. I'll be here. You should be here too. You don't want to miss that. I'll see you then, guys. Have a beautiful day. And until next time, bye.